you've got NXT, you've got the high flyers, two kinds of, or cruiserweight high flyers, you know. You've got these two platforms of wrestling that the WWE think us fans want to see. But I look at NXT, they're pushing their top guys as quick as they can for the main roster. They're not pushing these top guys to make them be the boulder to make NXT newer talent work hard to beat, work hard to conquer. These guys are getting pushed just so they can get pushed to Raw and SmackDown. And as much as that is everyone's dream, really, when they're in the WWE corporation to go to the main roster, you want NXT to have their top guys, so the newer talent have a guy to defeat and come across and prove themselves. But by that time, when these smaller wrestlers go to fight the big wrestlers, they're already leaving. Like Samoa Joe, we're all saying he should be on the main roster. He should be on the main roster. Like Finn Balor, we all wanted him. He did a good run, but he got eventually put to the main roster. Bobby Roode, he should be on the main roster. It's like, okay, I can see why you all want these to be on Raw, because there's feuds. SmackDown, there's feuds. Big moments of their careers, finally made it. But NXT just won't have that dominant main eventer. I look at the cruiserweights. They're putting on okay shows on their their network platform. They're putting on okay shows there. Brilliant. But when they go to the main roster, it's not quite the same because they're in the hands of Vince McMahon's team, or they've got limitations. I don't know what the reason is, but there's some complaints there. And I'm like, yeah, you put them on Raw because that's your most showcased show. Okay. But SmackDown is still seen as your B show, even though there's been reports that SmackDown have been doing things right. I'm just like, we've all got our favourites in the world of NXT and cruiserweights. But we need to get behind these guys in their current product, because when they get pushed towards SmackDown, things change. So there's a big complaint there. I'm finding it hard to get invested in guys when I do check out what's going on in NXT, what is going on in the cruiserweights, because I know they're eventually going to go to the main roster and have the tendency to go bleh. It's not always been the case, because we've seen Kevin Owens go up to the main roster and have a somewhat of a decent run. We've seen Finn Balor go and have the main title given to him. But let me talk about Kevin Owens for a minute. Kevin Owens is a guy that I've always liked. I think his mic skills are perfect, great, really top heel, arrogant. But they did what they do with most heels. Have him like, yeah, I'm going to come into the ring and kick your ass. But just as as soon as he approached the ring, he would step away. It's not always been the case, but there have been big patches where Kevin Owens hasn't been the guy that stands up to whoever he's facing. And I think Kevin Owens should be a guy who take on any challenge to prove that he's the better man. Chris Jericho is topping him in popularity, topping him in people to watch when they watch the WWE. Chris Jericho. Oh, Chris Jericho helping out Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens should not need help. He should not need backup. He's Kevin Owens. He's your Universal Champion. I think that's what he's called. You've got Roman Reigns, who is likely going to capture the championship again. And then that's another thing. You're saying that Roman Reigns hasn't had the championship for a while. He should be back in the title picture. Okay, say that if you will. But over on Smackdown, who is AJ Styles going into a feud with? That's right, John Cena. And is AJ Styles likely to lose to John Cena in his second feud? Possibly. So who's going to be our two main champions going into 2017? In the red corner, Roman Reigns. In the blue corner, John Cena. That's a great start to 2017, isn't it? Having the two guys who we want away from the championship as champions again. Yes, they've both taken a few steps back, 2 steps away from the championship. So why not put them back into the championship scene? But that doesn't change the fact that they're both going to be the champion roughly at the same time. Yes, them becoming champion might go on and make big matches like John Cena versus the Undertaker for the WWE Championship. Sorry, John Cena versus Taker for the WWE Championship. Big match, WrestleMania match. Okay, and Roman Reigns to go at WrestleMania to face Goldberg. I don't know what Roman Reigns' plans are, but I know Goldberg's back, which I will get to in this video. I'm not going to let WWE get away with it just because these two have stepped away from the main championship for a while. I'm not going to think, you know what, WWE, you've done all right. You've kept Cena away from the title. You've kept Reigns away from the title. I can forgive this. I can see them being champion again or fight for the championship again. No, WWE, screw you, playing with our minds, making us think that these two guys deserve to be going for the championship. No, because if they become champion again, we're back at square one. Roman Reigns may be better in the ring, but once he's champion again, I'm pretty sure we're going to get some wonderful promos from him or him winning numerous matches again. And John Cena, all these promos, the champ is here, and all that jazz. And him winning matches, him proving himself. And this is where I think Braun Strowman is about to lose his momentum. You've built Braun Strowman up to be a beast, the next big guy. But he's going to get fed to Roman Reigns. More than likely ready for the big WrestleMania match. Roman Reigns against Braun Strowman before WrestleMania. Roman Reigns beats Braun Strowman to prove that he's ready for WrestleMania. I think this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign. I'm not going to be one of the fans that thinks the WWE have got it right. They've done it right. We're going to support John Cena. We're going to support Roman Reigns. But NJ, what happens if AJ Styles beats John Cena? Fair enough. I just think with this being the second John Cena and AJ Styles feud, it's going to get given to Cena. We're not going to have Cena lose 2 feuds against AJ Styles. I don't think the WWE will do that, especially after John Cena recently returned, I think. But NJ, what happens if Kevin Owens beats Roman Reigns? That would be fantastic. But with the Jericho relationship floating about, I think this might be a way to put Kevin Owens into a feud with Jericho, and the championship may not be needed unless we have a Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho feud for the championship. But in the WWE's head, they're thinking, what's bigger? Kevin Owens versus Jericho for the championship, or Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the championship? And if they are going to go down the Goldberg route, what's a bigger match? Owens versus Goldberg, or Reigns versus Goldberg? Goldberg might fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, but I'm just going off a hunch that that could be the big match going at WrestleMania. Owens should not headline a WrestleMania. Okay, let's go down that route. I don't think Raw will headline WrestleMania anyway. Let's say Owens does retain the championship and Owens is the champion going into WrestleMania. Great. Taker versus Cena is possibly going to headline WrestleMania. That's going to be the headline match. John Cena versus The Undertaker. That will be the headline match. Because either Taker is going to win the Royal Rumble, and then Taker is on Smackdown brand to go against John Cena at WrestleMania. So Owens does not need to headline WrestleMania. It'll be Cena versus Taker. But I'm just saying, I do not like how the WWE are giving me this impression that it's going back to square one going into 2017. But the Rumble could be full of surprises. Maybe we're going to get Samoa Joe. Finn Balor could return. I don't know the state of the injuries. I'm just assuming. I'm just suggesting stuff. Maybe Shane McMahon is in the Rumble. I don't know, but I think there's some predictability of where the WWE could be going with this year's WrestleMania or direction for the wrestlers. Why is that finger up? What else is there going on in the WWE? Goldberg's return. Okay, don't get me wrong. Goldberg might not be the most liked wrestler in the world of wrestling, but he's a name that the WWE has left. There's not many big names the WWE haven't brought back to make some story or some big match in their company. They've used so many other names over the years. Goldberg's one they haven't. So for that reason, welcome back Goldberg. Eventually he'll go for the title. But the complaint is, good or bad, the way he beat Brock Lesnar. I think that may have been okay, a bit quick. You could have pushed it to at least a 5-minute match. I know that's still short, but it's better than beating the Beast, the one who ended Undertaker's streak, the one who destroyed John Cena, the one who picked up the Big Show, Mark Henry, and all that jazz. You could have put him over a bit more, but this match has possibly made Brock Lesnar furious. He'll probably come back with a vengeance. Hopefully we'll see the Brock Lesnar that will just go crazy. It's like when Big Show used to storm in the ring and just take out anybody he wanted just because he could. Brock Lesnar, I would like him to just come back and just destroy stuff. Just beat up people. Don't attack the cruiserweights because, just because they're on Raw, don't beat them to Brock Lesnar. And maybe that'd be a big match for a pay-per-view. But I still think that was a bit of an unfair way to bring in Goldberg and to do that to Brock Lesnar. But welcome back, Goldberg. I look forward to seeing what you actually do over your contracted time in the WWE. Okay, women. Let's talk about the women quickly. Charlotte, the multiple women's champion already, versus Sasha Banks, the other multiple women's champion already. There's been debate, is this a good thing or is this becoming hot potato? I think the quote, the saying is, and it's not good. I'm on the fence saying it's not good. Try and cover it up as much as you want. The belt's not important. It's each female wrestler trying to prove that they're better than the other. It's proving that they can beat the other whenever they want, all that jazz. Or it's making both women look superior. The days of championships meaning anything is out the window now, because this championship is still fairly new to the company. You've already got Charlotte as a 4-time, 5-time women's champion. You got Sasha Banks as a 3 or 4-time. This new belt, and you've already got two women wrestlers as a multiple-time champion. But how long have they held the championship? 2 weeks, a month, a night? I can't look at them thinking she is a unstoppable champion. She is an unstoppable top woman for the company. I can't say that. People have been voting Charlotte as Female Wrestler of the Year or WWE Female Wrestler of the Year. Maybe you could give her that. But it's made me sad that they've both been multiple champion in a short amount of time. We've got some exciting match. Bailey coming in, ask her, but bringing her up, that goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of this live stream. You're taking a top wrestler from NXT up to the main roster and not having that top woman in your company to work off from. I know everyone's dream is to make it to the main roster, but I don't see what the harm is having a top wrestler of NXT and having the newer wrestlers have to compete against that top guy to prove themselves, or to say they've made it, say that they're best, they're the new top guy. Because all these top guys who, yes, Finn Balor, he was a top guy of NXT. Kevin Owens, he was a top guy of NXT. But you've not got them to fight against anymore because they've been pushed to the main roster. Samoa Joe, we've got him to work off. But if people keep begging for him to come to the main roster, we're not going to have Samoa Joe. Shinsuke Nakamura, oh, let's bring him to the main roster. We're not going to have him to fight off. So I think all this praise that NXT's getting is not going to be there if you keep pushing your top guys over to the main roster. So I can't praise that. I'm pretty sure we are going to get Samoa Joe, Nakamura, and other possible names on Raw, Smackdown in the next year. Tag team. You're running out of ideas for Randy Orton. Put him into a tag team with the Wyatt family. Why not? Why not have Randy Orton help out somewhat of a newer, younger generation wrestler? I know he's been there a while now, Bray Wyatt, but he still needs something to hold him up there, keep him somewhat relevant. Partnershiping him with Randy Orton, fair dues. Taking the championship off them already to make a possible feud going to WrestleMania. What are you expecting to happen? They feud at WrestleMania. They feud at the following pay-per-view. Bray Wyatt possibly winning at WrestleMania, then losing the rest. It's worrying about Bray Wyatt's future. I'm not saying he'll get fired, released, or whatever, but where's his future? Are they going to use Orton to start Bray Wyatt on a good year? Is Bray Wyatt going to accomplish defeating Randy Orton in every match they have, pay-per-view match? But who does Bray Wyatt face after? He's faced the top guys and lost. So I want to support Bray Wyatt because some of his promos, man, are quite interesting, spooky, creepy, weird, the way Bray Wyatt should. I just don't. Bray Wyatt has fallen from a tree, and they're hoping Randy Orton is going to be a stepladder to help him climb up to the first branch. His first championship was the tag team. He's already lost his championship. I know it's also the other Wyatt members, but you've still taken it away from Bray Wyatt. Ugh. The other tag team championship. Well, that's the same one. Sorry, you've now given it to the American Alphas. Is that correct? From what I've read. But they're okay. They cried. They held it. They loved it. Good. I'm hoping they have a good run. Do not drop the belt to the Usos. Do not drop the belt to the Usos. I know the WWE won't watch this even after it's been uploaded, but don't drop the belt to the Usos. The Usos, I'm not saying release them, but when they're in the spotlight, it gets boring. When they became tag champs, that was okay. Woo, 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 they've got it, good. When they turned heels, okay, different, good. But don't bring them back to the top of the ladder. Don't bring Heath Slater and Rhino back up to the top of the ladder. I know SmackDown's meant to be a show to create new stars, but Slater's lost it. He's fell off the ladder. He's back at the bottom of the tree. The New Day, losing the tag team championships. As soon as they accomplish a new record, they drop the titles. They drop the belts, whatever the new word that Vince wants us to use. It's like just by magic, just because they've passed the limit, they've done it, you can take the belts off them. Just like it was nothing, magic, done. You should have made them hold on it a little bit longer so it didn't seem too much of a joke. They should have held it for at least a month more, a few weeks more. I don't know. Or maybe they could have got screwed. Maybe you could have had someone run in and cost the New Day the championships. I don't know. I just did not like the New Day losing as soon as they did. I felt really sorry for the New Day. Yes, there are fans now that are getting tired and sick and ready to give up on the New Day. There are fans that just give up, just don't care. But I've got to say, the way they lost the championships, agree with me or not, was appalling. It was wrong, unfair. I do not agree with the New Day losing the championships just because they conquered the new record. But they're still going to be around. They're still going to be the top tag team for Raw. Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Oh boy. Say what you want about New Day. Say what you want about them. The same thing each and every week. They've had a good run. Blah, blah, blah. Enzo Amore and Big Cass. A big entertaining tag team to come onto the main roster. And the WWE have done what with them? Made Big Cass look like a semi-big deal. Had Enzo Amore talk the talk. They didn't really chase the gold very well. They didn't really stay as a hot tag team for the WWE. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving Rusev's new push. I think giving Rusev another chance is a brilliant idea. Rusev is the guy to watch out for. I think if the WWE wanted to push Rusev as far as they can, go for it. Big deal, troublemaker, Lana by his side, beautiful. Who else do we have? Ellsworth, no neck, no chin. I don't really like Ellsworth. The way the WWE were pushing Ellsworth, trying to make us care for Ellsworth, it was just not entertaining enough. It weren't good when he was beating AJ Styles. When he was beating AJ Styles, even though he was getting help from Dean Ambrose, it was still hard to watch. Ellsworth was hard to watch. You could say the WWE have done it with Triple H. They've done it with other big guys. They've had a smaller guy screw them over, blah, blah, blah. AJ Styles accepted that he's going to be pawned out by Ellsworth. Cringe. No, don't bring that up again. Don't bring that up again. End it now. And the fact that he's still going on TV, what was he doing? Carmella? Nikki Bella? I don't know what he's doing. But just stop. Cesaro and Sheamus. Are they going to be a legit tag team? Or is this another Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens thing? Are they going to be partners for a while and then break up and go into a feud again? We want to care for tag teams. But if you're just using these tag teams to see if a feud can come out of it, it's not going to hold our interest or belief in these guys. For now, they're doing great together. They're doing good together. Keep that going. I just don't know how long these guys are going to last. Smackdown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. I think it's good that Smackdown is spotlighting other female wrestlers. You're not just spotlighting Nikki Bella, Natalia, the women who are seen as the top women already. You're actually looking at potential other women wrestlers that could do good for your company. Daniel Bryan possibly coming out of retirement. I know fans want to see it, but the key word is retired. Bringing him back for a big match to make fans happy is good and all, but he's retired due to an injury. Trying to pull Shawn Michaels in for a dream match. Yes, if Shawn Michaels wants to do it, who are we to argue? But the keyword is retired. I respect Shawn Michaels because he retired and stayed out of wrestling. Unlike Ric Flair, who jumped from WWE, went to TNA, back to the WWE, and luckily he's not wrestled yet. I don't want Shawn Michaels to step out of retirement for a match. I respect him for staying away, accepting his retirement and enjoying it. The Rock is doing beautifully outside the WWE right now. Great movies, comments about presidential run. Him to come back. He always nails his returns, makes them entertaining, brings cheers, gets the crowd alive. But who is he to face? People say Brock Lesnar again, because a step up from SummerSlam is a step up. Okay, but no one's putting anyone over. It's just a dream match or a step up match. Roman Reigns, okay, family storyline. Roman Reigns actually go into a match where it's against someone who is seen as the best, who's got a long history behind him. Does Roman Reigns have to win? Possibly. But we could have another Reigns versus Rock feud like John Cena versus The Rock. Hopefully not. Rock versus Rusev, because of the hints we've had in the past. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the WWE are going to give Rusev that spot. The Rock versus Kevin Owens, maybe. For what reason? I got asked, what would bring me back to the WWE? What would make me watch it again? And my answer was, the WWE have stepped too far over the line now. They've gone over the line and over many other lines and steps. It's going to be hard for the WWE to come back, because what I think the WWE did wrong with the drafts is that they've turned it into a whole new era. I think it should have been a power storyline between Stephanie and Shane, Triple H and Steph and Shane, and after a year between Survivor Series and Survivor Series, the last Survivor Series should be the winner of that match after you've had a year of building up top guys, should have been the match where it all comes to an end and we get one owner of the WWE. And that's where Triple H, in theory, takes over. Why bring him back for that one moment and then have him disappear again. He put Kevin Owens over, and then Triple H disappears. Yes, Seth Rollins is turning face. Seth Rollins is turning face, so the feud between Seth Rollins and Triple H can still happen. But it's weird. Triple H disappearing, cutting no promo, and disappearing. What? I think Triple H is going to be back for WrestleMania. Maybe he's going to support Kevin Owens if Kevin Owens is still champion, because here comes Roman Reigns. But I don't know who Triple H could face. Is The Rock going to come back? Rock versus Triple H this year? Is he going to come back and screw Seth Rollins? I don't like how they treat the Triple H involvement recently. I don't like it. I think Triple H should have been more involved between now and WrestleMania. But Triple H, I like the fact that he's still around, because he's still a guy like Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon only had occasional matches. Vince McMahon's job was to put people over in promos and matches. I don't see why Triple H can't start to be that bitch of a boss. I know there's Steph, but Triple H is not a wrestler anymore. Triple H is the guy who fans grew up loving. Yes, Steph was also a wrestler too, but I'm sure in the world of wrestling, eyes were on Triple H more. Raw still being 3 hours. If the WWE want to take advantage of that third hour they've got, why don't they make Raw 2 hours and have that third hour as an NXT show? So maybe NXT first, NXT, and then 2 hours of Raw. Why not? Why do they have to have their show, which is meant to be in competition with Smackdown, to be 3 hours? Giving Raw the extra hour is still showing that that's the superior brand, the more important brand over the 2 hour Smackdown. Just change that third hour to another concept. Here I am saying some bad things about the WWE. I've told you how much it's killed me inside, took my interest away, but I will say this. The WWE have started to create new stars. AJ Styles is top of the WWE. Kevin Owens is the main champion, even though I don't think he's booked the way he should be booked. Chris Jericho is helping a younger / newer guy. The New Day are a black tag team that the WWE are behind. Bray Wyatt is still on our TVs. Roman Reigns and John Cena temporarily took a step back from the main championships. The women wrestlers are being spotlighted more each week. They're getting promos. The UK now have a wrestling company again, a wrestling show again. You have a cruiserweight division. You have the growing NXT talent. You have the American Alpha, a tag team that fans can latch onto because of their in-ring style. You get the network full of most things you want to see about wrestling. Do you think Kurt Angle will come back to the WWE in April? Or do you think he's just trying to create attention for himself? Kurt Angle is still somewhat active in the world of wrestling. Kurt Angle went to What Culture Wrestling. He went to another wrestling promotion, I can't remember which one. But I think Kurt Angle could quite easily retire properly in the WWE. I said earlier, Goldberg was the last guy to return, the last guy to put people over. But I think Kurt Angle could do the job too. Kurt Angle is injured in some capacity, so I don't think they should go crazy with him. But I think Kurt Angle could be a choice to bring back. I think he could, even if it's for a short time. I think Kurt Angle could make a return. Not saying Kurt Angle is going to bring in fans. Oh, Kurt Angle's back. Let's watch the WWE again. But I think Kurt Angle, to help out talent, to be a name, to help talent. I don't know who he would feud against because, like I said, I don't really watch the WWE as much as I used to. So I can't really point out who he could feud against. But the WWE are slowly creating main eventers. Like I've heard that Baron Corbin has been slightly more dominant recently. Braun Strowman, even though I think Braun Strowman is only being built up to be fed to Roman Reigns. Bray Wyatt, he's faced guys that could have put him over. Cena could have put him over. Daniel Bryan, finished. Kane, The Undertaker. I can't really count Dean Ambrose, not really. No. I don't know whose year this is going to be. If it's going to be anyone's year, it could be Balor's year if he returns. It could be Nakamura's year if he debuts on Raw or Smackdown. Samoa Joe. I don't think it's going to get given to guys who are already on the roster. I don't know who. I'm just saying bold predictions here. So I'm just looking for reasons why people are still watching the WWE, why people are still vlogging about the WWE. Because I'm not saying it's a horrendous product, but it is a bad product right now. The bad are overlapping the good. Make a side-by-side chart of what you like about the WWE to what you don't like. What's good, what's bad, what's working, what's not working, what has potential to be a big thing for the WWE to what fails in the WWE. Either columns, I think the bad will overlap the good. It's not wrestling. It's entertainment, it's Mickey taking, and it's unfair. It came to a point in my life now, for being a multi-year wrestling fan, to thinking, I don't care. I don't care if I miss shows. I don't care if I miss pay-per-views. I don't care. I don't care if WrestleMania possibly appears in the UK, because I'm here upset inside. I possibly am, because wrestling has been a huge part of my life. It really has. Staying up till gone 4 a.m. in the morning to watch it. Then I used to stay up till gone 5 to record about it. It's been a big part of my life. Talking to all you guys, loving all you guys, admiring all you guys for the work you do and the effort you put into the company. But it's not good. You could defend some parts, but if you really think about it, your defend pile maybe about 6 things, but your negative pile is probably about 10, 15. So you're defending a company that has too many bad things to stick by. Like when I don't watch the WWE, I'm either talk to my girlfriend, I'm out with friends, I'm watching multiple great movies, as you can see behind me. I'm making plans to travel. I'm meeting some of you guys, not just because we're fans of wrestling, but because why not? Why not meet each other? I'm also now going to Comic-Con adventures, Comic-Con conventions. I dress up, I have fun. And the WWE just doesn't give me the fun that meeting you guys or Comic-Cons give me. It doesn't do it anymore. May 2017 be your year. And from me, NJ, I miss this. I'm not going to do the flipping dab. Don't worry. What's up? Until next time, you worthless mortals. Take it easy, keep smiling, and goodbye.